Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Hello. Hello. Is my voice audible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Okay. So if you recall yesterday, this is where we ended our discussion. I have just 60 students with me right now. Let us wait for a moment. So whatever we discussed yesterday, I'll post the recording after compressing it today or tomorrow, most probably today only. Can anyone recall for me what was our discussion yesterday? Yes. Can anyone recall for me our discussion yesterday? Akash Kumar. Akash Kumar. Akash Kumar. Akash Kumar. Anyone not responding will be removed from the meeting. Amandeep Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you recall what was our discussion yesterday?
Sir,
कुछ
we
याद
are
है?
touching interplanar distance.
No, that was the last topic which I touched upon. Before coming to interplanar distance, कुछ और भी बात हो रही थी ना? वो क्या था?
वो सर डायरेक्शन के बारे में डायरेक्शन के बारे में था सर कुछ यूनिट सेल कैसे पता करते हैं कि किस क्रिस्टल सिस्टम का यूनिट सेल है
Yes, we were referring to what we refer to as a description about Miller indices
यस सर
of planes
यस सर
as well as directions.
कल पता करते हैं ट्राइगोनल कौन सा यूनिट क्यूबिक सिस्टम है
Yes, so in this context we were referring to one or two problems that if I know the dimensions, if I know that can say directions are given to you, the direction vector lengths are given to us, then how we can actually correlate it to find out the type of the crystal system as well as the type of the crystal structure. How many types of crystal systems are there?
सर 14
Crystal systems.
7
There are actually 7 crystal systems. And when I say I want to know about crystal structures, or what we call as let's say we'll come to this in a moment. Then we say we have Bravia lattices. So how many Bravia lattices are there?
14.
14. So this 7 could have been 28 also, because I have 4 different types in this system. That is, याद है कुछ कौन से 4 टाइप के होते हैं? P
Yes, sir.
primitive, I body centered, F face centered, and C end centered. So it could have been possible for us to have 28 Bravia lattices, but we didn't have that. We have only 14. There are reasons for that. One reason we told already with one example. Okay, when we come to this topic, which we say is the interplanar spacing between the HKL planes, I hope you are aware about what is the meaning of HKL.
Yes, sir. Miller indices.
Yes, HKL happens to be the Miller indices of the plane. And in mathematical term, we can talk about something about the intercepts also. If I say that HKL are the Miller indices of the plane,
Then 1
if
by
I
H,
want to find out the intercepts, what we will do?
1 reciprocal कर दो.
We will take the reciprocal. Then that
1
will
by
be
H.
actually the intercept in terms of A, B, and C. So if it is HKL, the intercepts are actually in a cubic system A by H, A by K, and A upon L. If it is not a cubic system, then it will be A, B, C. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so we were referring to interplanar spacing between successive HKL planes, and we will say that how do you find out DHKL, the interplanar distance between the HKL planes, successive HKL planes. We are making a statement here that the interplanar spacing between the successive HKL planes happens to be the distance between the origin and the nearest HKL plane. This is what we are making a statement here, which means that if I refer to 1, 1, 1 planes, and if I say the distance between the first 1, 1 plane and the second 1, 1, 1 plane, that is successive 1, 1, 1 planes, if I want to find out, I shall first do that. I shall find out the distance of the 1, 1, 1 plane from the, and that is actually equal to the distance between the successive HKL planes. This needs a bit of understanding, and I will explain it in the next slides, which are coming up here. Then we will go to the mathematical derivation, which is very simple, not very tough one, and we can very easily you can very easily understand the mathematical part of it, but the conceptual part is a bit tricky and needs some attention. So I will ask somebody to join me here. Let us see who can join us. Lakshya Goyal.
Yes, sir.
Lakshya Goyal. Okay. So we are making a statement here that let us say I want to find out what is DHKL for 110 set of planes. My next slide is visible, or you are on the same slide?
Previous slide only.
Is a bit slow. Now the next has
Yes,
come.
sir. Yes, sir.
So I am interested to find out the interplanar spacing between the 110 planes. That means actually I want to find out D110, and let us see what is that. And we have just made a statement here that if I want to find out the interplanar spacing between 110 planes, it will be the distance of the nearest 110 plane from the origin. That's what we just said.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So let us see what is the meaning of this. So now, can you see two unit cells on your screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we say, and I have shown here the pink color planes, and we say these are 110 planes. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I consider this A unit cell, and then I say cell, we say in both of them we are trying to show this orange plane as 110 plane. I hope it is understandable to all that why do you call it as a 110 plane.
Yes.
Okay, and I want to find out the interplanar spacing between two. One more thing which we need to understand before we go forward with this interplanar spacing concept happens to be that interplanar spacing is found for those planes which are parallel to each other. Means if
Yes,
they are
sir.
parallel to each other, means they will have the same Miller indices. If it is 110, it is 110 for all, and they are supposed to be parallel to each other. Is that right? So if I
Yes.
choose the origin here, and then try to find out the distance of this plane from the origin, it may be easy to find out here that I will get some idea mathematically that how I can get, I will draw a perpendicular here, and then if I say this is C, this is D, this is E, we can find out the distance CD if I know the edge length of this cube, which we say is the lattice constant. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we can actually measure CD very easily. And by the same context, now I say that the next plane, next one, so this is the 110 plane. The next 110 plane happens to be here, 110 plane. And we are saying here that whatever is the distance interplanar spacing between this is called the D spacing here. This D110, this is the same as is found by the distance of the first 11 or the nearest 110 plane from your origin. So this may have been your origin, and I am simply saying that this CD is nothing but equal to DE. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go, let's expand it further. So I am just showing the two unit cells here, their 110 planes are shown to us. What happens if I put another two unit cells here? Now the picture becomes more clear. Now this becomes origin, and then this is the next one. You can hypothesize it like that. If I
So ये
add, yes,
डी लेंथ कैसे सी डी के सेम आएगी, लेकिन वो उसके सेंटर में नहीं ना जा रही.
that is what I am saying. You are drawing perpendicular these two planes that you are saying, all the planes that you are showing, that we are showing here on this screen are parallel to each other.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if I draw perpendicular to one of them, it will be perpendicular to all of them.
Right.
And we are saying the distance between the two planes happens to be the perpendicular distance between these two planes. Now I'm trying to tell you that why this statement which we wrote there is true. The distance of the nearest 110 plane is actually the distance between any consecutive set of 110 planes. We will then explain it for 111 also. So can you see now 4 unit cells stacked here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's add 2 more. So what do you see now? So the planes are now making some sense. There may be some mismatching because I have made it in PowerPoint. So that is why you may find that the lengths are slightly a bit off, but still it is understandable that if I add 2 more ones here, this is what I get. So this is how the whole of the lattice is getting generated, and this is a set of planes that you are getting. So you are getting this plane here. This is all set of planes here, because a crystal lattice is a repetitive arrangement of unit cells. So I am showing few, maybe 8 unit cells here which are arranged repetitively. So in that case, you can find that this is the plane that you are referring to. So this is all, these are all what we say set of 110 planes. Is that right?
Yes.
And by the same logic, the other one will be for for your next one here. You will find by the same logic there will be 110 plane here also. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
If I put another unit cell here, we will see that okay, this is the 110 plane for the second unit, that unit cell. So this is how we now know that why this statement we are making is correct. That if I measure the distance from the origin to the nearest plane, whatever are the axial indices of that plane, if it is 110, we show it like that. And that will be actually, so you have these, this is what is now rho known as D110. So you have D110, it is same. This is D110, this is also D110, this is also D110. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What will, okay, let me add one more concept here. If you remember, you may have a 220 plane also. You may have a 220 plane also.
Yes, sir.
What will be the difference between 110 and 220?
The
The
size.
intercept. The intercept will be
इंटरसेप्ट कम
Yes,
हो जाएगा
sir.
आधा.
in 220 it will be half
1
zero,
by 2.
half
Yes,
infinity, half infinity. But parallelity
will be same.
will be same, because actually when you go to Miller indices of planes, you can actually then reduce this to the smallest integer and then still write it as 110. So 220 as such, maybe 110, they are all, yeah. Write 220 as 110 also, because you are then reducing it to that. But they are parallel. 220 and 110 are all parallel. So if the all indices, then if they are reduced to the smallest integer by dividing them, you say the parallelity is still maintained. Let us go to, but not some. If you have 120, if you have 120, then I can't say this for 110, because then these are two different, because I have a different come to more
The voice is
second
breaking.
one. If voice is not clear,
No, sir.
anyone else facing a voice issue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
I can wait for a moment. I can wait for a moment, no problem. There are connectivity issues, because when all the classes are held online and almost everyone is using the bandwidth, so these problems are going to be there. So can you see now? Is it audible now? Better? The
Yes, sir.
voice is better or no? The same? Hello.
Sir, now it is clear.
Now it is clear. Okay. Now can you see something on your screen now? Another unit cell is shown here.
Yes, sir.
And can you relate it to some earlier discussion that we had?
Yes, sir. A plane.
What? Can you relate it to some earlier discussions that we had? How it will be better? I think you can now relate it to what is this. I have shown it already also. Maybe 2 lectures, 3 lectures ago. किसी को याद है क्या है ये?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
Equal planes.
Sir, CCP.
Yes, this is what we use in the case of your CCP or FCC unit cell, where we said that what are the A, B, C planes in a CCP unit cell. So you said that this was your A plane, this was your B plane, and this was your C plane. And we then said that these are close packed planes and they are actually perpendicular, sorry, yes, they are all perpendicular to the body diagonal of the FCC unit cell. Is this right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sandeep Vasal.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep Vasal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you remember this, what I just showed you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we said these are the, what are ABC?
Plane, sir.
Which planes?
First is A
Huh?
plane,
Huh?
and which is purple in color.
Which is?
Red in plane. Red
The
in
red
color.
plane is A, the green one, the black one is B plane, and then I've said that the red atom, C atom that we've shown is contained in the C plane. And the stacking sequence for your SCP FCC lattice happens to be A, B, C. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us try to see, are these planes parallel to each other? These planes, are they parallel to each other?
Yes, sir.
They are parallel to each other. Means their Miller indices must be,
Same for.
yes, if they are parallel to each other, their Miller indices must be same. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us see where they are located. So I now show you it from a different angle. If you recall our discussion earlier, this red plane in this, which I'm now sectioning with this black lines, this was referred to as 111 plane in our earlier discussions.
Yes, sir.
Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this 111 plane, I'm now showing it from a different angle. Isn't it the same plane? Only the origin has changed.
Yes, sir.
So I can say this is also your 111 plane. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is this black one?
Black one is
This
one.
111 plane is actually equivalent to your A plane here.
Yes,
The
sir.
right hand side figure. Is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
If
Yeah,
you
yes,
look at
sir.
it
Yes.
from this side, we find that this is actually this is equivalent to your A plane. Then this
Yes, sir.
black plane is equivalent to this one
Black.
is
Yes, sir.
equivalent to your B plane, because let us say it is an FCC unit cell, so you have something like this here. This is then your B plane. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they are parallel to each other. And incidentally, this also happens to be a 111 plane in some other origin, because they are parallel. The red and the black plane, they are parallel to each other. So if red has Miller indices 111, the B plane must also have Miller indices 111. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So where is the C plane? Let us try to add unit cells. So I added one more unit cell here. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So I have just added one more unit cell here, a repetitive one. I just repeated the unit cell. Let us add one more unit cell here. And let us add one more unit cell here. Now, can you tell me where are the 111 planes? These are all 111 planes. Can you see that?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, now it is visible.
Yes, it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
So now I have just shown you all 111 planes. So this one is your 111 plane A. This is also your 111 plane B, and this is your C plane, which you showed here in this right hand side figure C. So this is A, B, C. So they are all 111. This is also 111, and this is also 111. And this also illustrates what I was referring to, that the DHKL. Now this is DHKL. Can you see that? This is the interplanar spacing D111, and this is the interplanar spacing here D111. Similarly, this is the interplanar spacing here D111.
Sir, there is a delay.
No problem. It will
Yes,
come.
sir.
I'm speaking slow. Now you can see all interplanar spacings marked or still not visible.
Now, sir, visible.
Now visible. Now you can see here that starting from your this left corner, left bottom corner of the unit cell, one unit cell we started with. So you find the first nearest 111 plane is available to us here. Means if I am able to find out this distance from our any origin, I can choose any origin. And if
Yes,
I
sir.
am able to find out D111 or I say this is DHKL, I have found the interplanar spacing between all the consecutive HKL planes. In this case, they are all 111 planes.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? So this is the basic concept, because normally when you go to books, they incidentally the whole of the topics that we have been referring to in most of the introductory books on material science, that is condensed into 5-6 pages. If you are reading any of even if I sent you one notes from W. Callister, there also you will find that this discussion is limited to at the most 10-15 pages, not more than that. The understanding part requires in-depth view of what we are doing, and then we can move forward. For going forward, it will take less time. So all the courses that we have, they take a lot of time during their build-up. But once we are aware about the basic concepts, then the timing is reduced. It consumes less time then. Any questions here? Anyone?
Sir, I did not get the C plane.
You did not get the
C plane.
C plane. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go back. So I have this A and B clear.
Yes, sir.
तो दिस इज वन यूनिट सेल. अभी दूसरा भी तो लगाना पड़ेगा ना यूनिट सेल. चारों तरफ इसके यूनिट सेल्स हैं
Yes.
बिकॉज इट इज रिपीटेटिव.
Yes, sir.
तो आई एडेड वन यूनिट सेल हियर. तो ये सेम रिपीट किया हमने, जो राइट लेफ्ट वाला यूनिट सेल था वही राइट पे आ गया. फिर एक और लगाया हमने. लेट अस सी दिस वन. So now this creates a C plane. Can you see now?
No, sir. There is a delay.
Let the time be there.
Now, sir, visible.
So now I see that this is your first plane. The red plane was that we started with. This is your A plane. This is A, which I have already written as A. The second one is B, and the third one is C. Can anyone comment upon the interplanar spacing in terms of its geometry of the cube, if it is a cubical system? Did you get my question? Can you comment upon the interplanar spacing DHKL D111 from the geometry of this problem without any formulation even? If it is a cubic system, A equal to A equal to A, B, C all equal. So you have this as the first one. I'm not drawing it. It will come up in a moment.
A by root 2.
No.
Root 3 A by root.
A by root.
Root 3 A by 2.
There are, if you talk about the body diagonal of the cube,
Root 3
what
A
is
by
the length of the body diagonal?
root 3.
The length
Root
of the
3
body
A by
diagonal
3.
happens to be root 3a. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And how many divisions we have done of this body diagonal in terms of 111 DHKL?
2.
3. First,
3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3.
second, third. A, B, C तक पूरा body diagonal है. Is it?
Yes, sir.
So starting from the origin, you arrive at A, then you arrive at B, then you arrive at C. And then from the origin, if I say origin is 0 or O, OC happens to be your body diagonal. and I have split it into three parts: first, second, and third. So I have split this body diagonal into three equally spaced maybe planes, 1, 1, 1 planes. Is it right? Hello.
सर जो सी प्लेन है वो लास्ट वाला जो ब्लैक में दिया हुआ है वो है पूरा टोटल, जो ऊपर वाली यूनिट सेल में है कुछ पार्ट और नीचे वाली यूनिट सेल में राइट हैंड में.
Take it like this. Now you see. C plane कहाँ पे था? This was the C plane.
Yes.
I have removed all the unit cells. So now there are only one unit cell shown here. So the C plane was here. You had A, B, C plane. Now it is clear.
Not sir, not visible. Delay.
It will be visible. Don't worry.
Yes sir. Now visible.
So now
Yes sir.
it is clear what is OC. If O is the origin and C is the other corner. So you started with, if you come to the right figure where from we started. So in your right hand side figure where the atoms are shown, I am showing the origin here O. Let us say this is O.
Yes sir.
And then we showed that this was C, which is already marked. The question is quite simple. If I have drawn the first 1, 1, 1 plane, where will be the next consecutive plane in this cubic unit cell? Kajal Sharma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you getting the question?
Yes, sir.
So where will be the second one here? ये तो 1, 1, 1 आपको दिखा दिया, सेम है जो लास्ट फिगर लास्ट स्लाइड में मैंने दिखाया आपको. द सेकंड वन विल बी
इसी के पैरेलल में रहेगा जब हम दूसरा यूनिट सेल ड्रॉ करेंगे, उसमें ओरिजिन, ये वाला ओरिजिन कंसीडर करके फिर उसके
Can you see it now on your screen? Where is the second one?
Yes, sir.
Is it right? So
So
these are all both 1, 1, 1 planes, and this is D 1, 1, 1. And
yes,
from for the previous unit cell, this was your D the plane here, and this is D 1, 1, 1.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with this concept, as I said, that you get the first cosine here, cos theta 1 is nothing but DHKL upon A by H. Why it is A by H is clear?
Yes, sir. A is the
lattice
length.
constant and H is the 1 upon H is the intercept. So we are saying intercept in terms of lattice constant. That is why it is A by H.
Yes, sir.
So the first direction cosine is here. Similarly, I can do it for the second one. The figure now you can see here that triangle ODB will be then considered. So you get the second direction cosine, and then I say we get the third direction cosine here in terms of your three intercepts and the Miller indices HKL. Is it visible on your screen now? Cos theta 1, cos theta 2, and cos theta 3 are visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can write it, as I said, it's not a tough task, quite easy to do that. So we go forward. Then I'm again writing, these are the direction cosines, the three direction cosines here. And then what we do, we take the sum of the squares of the direction cosines, and it must be equal to 1. Cos square theta 1 plus cos square theta 2 plus cos square theta 3 must be equal to 1, which we substitute the values here, and solving it further, what we will do here, that you are getting here in terms of A, B, and C. As we progress from orthorhombic to tetragonal and to cubic, we will see that in orthorhombic, A, B, C are all not same, they are different. And for orthorhombic, 1 upon D square HKL is given by this expression. For tetragonal, we say now because A equal to B, the expression gets slightly modified. And for cubic, because A, B, C are all equal to A, the expression gets more simplified. And we get this expression at the end. That is DHKL is A upon root H square K square L square. And based upon this, you can actually try to see that what was D111. We saw it graphically there, that D111, and here I can solve it. That is A upon 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. It is A upon root 3. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And 001, D001,
So 1, A, sorry,
A. That's right, because we understand that what will be D001. So if you look at your unit cell, your 001 will be the top plane, and this is nothing but the edge length A. Is it right? And what will be D110?
A by root 2.
A by root 2. So for a cubic system, we can very easily see here that this expression that we have got for DHKL is an expression which gives me the interplanar spacing between the successive HKL planes. So do we get this here?
एक्चुअली में सर
Yes.
सर ये ए बाई एच डिस्टेंस हमें नहीं आई
A by
ए
H
बाई एच और बी ए बाई एच कौन सी डिस्टेंस ली हुई है कैसे ली हुई
go
है
back. Come here.
हाँ सर यही
Yes. What is H? HKL क्या है? HKL क्या
सर
है?
मिलर इंडिसेस ऑफ द प्लेन
मिलर इंडिसेस ऑफ द प्लेन, एनी प्लेन, कोई भी हो।
Yes.
HKL इंडेक्स कैसे बनाए थे हमने? We
सर
took a plane,
इंटरसेप्ट
हाँ कुछ करा था ना, हमने कोई भी प्लेन का इंटरसेप्ट लिया,
Yes, sir.
लिया, then we took the reciprocal of the intercept, and then we reduced it to the integers, and what I get is at the end is HKL. यही था?
Yes, sir.
If I want to now do this thing reverse, इसको उल्टा चलिए अभी इंटरसेप्ट निकालने के लिए, so I will reverse this. I will take the reciprocal of HKL, that is 1 by H, 1 by K, 1 by L.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Understood.
And in terms of your lattice constants A, B, and C, so that is it is A, B, and C. So this is how you get this as A upon H. This is B upon K. This is C upon L.
Okay, okay, sir. Understood.
Okay. So I think this takes me to the end of this class. Before we end this class, let me ask you very clearly and in very straight terms that if you are getting any information out of these classes, then only we shall spend time and then only we shall do them the way we are trying to do it.